In this video that I'm about to show you, you will be learning the silver bullet strategy. Also, you're going to figure out how you can actually pass your platform accounts, and also you can find out the only and best method that you can use to leave the 9 to 5 that you're working and start trading full time, just like I do. Okay, so let's get straight into the video. So right in front of me, I have the exact strategy that actually helped me reach all the way from $0 to $100,000 a month plus, okay, just within trading. And this is what you're going to be doing. You're only going to be trading within the London kill zone, which is from 7 a.m. until 11 a.m. on a 5-minute time frame, and you need to mark out the highest point and the lowest point of Asian session. Okay, so you need to identify which part of price actually gets liquidated first. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you this on a really fundamental scale first, and then I'm actually going to be getting into the charts. So what you're going to be doing is waiting for price to actually give you all the candles. This is all Asian session, so you're gonna actually wait. This is all Asian session, so you'll wait through Asian session, and then once you get to specific trading time, you need to mark out the highest point of price and the lowest point of price. And once you actually do that, let's zoom in a little bit. Once you actually do that, what you need to do next is very crucial. You need to figure out which part of these two actually gets swept first. Let's say the highs get swept first, right? So the highs get swept first, and it gives us a movement like this, which means we're actually going to be marking this out as our liquidity point, right? So as soon as you can see here, this is going to be my liquidity right there. So Asian sessions liquidity has just been swept, just like I said here. And as soon as the liquidity gets swept, what we need to do next is find a breakage of structure where fractional highs / lows have completely been swept, and then we can reinforce our market structure shift with an engulfing candlestick if it's possible. Okay, so what we need to do now is find a breakage of structure where fractional highs / lows have been actually swept. Okay, so what this means is we need to find a market structure shift towards the downside, right? So we're waiting for price to actually give us a movement, which is exactly like this, where price actually breaks on itself just like it did right here, and then it goes towards the downside, giving us a nice inefficiency around this area. Because there's so much selling pressure, we just get inefficiency around the market structure shift. And now I'm going to be naming this as my market structure shift. And once we actually do get this, all you've got to do from here on out is actually identify your fair value gap, and then you overlap it with the market structure shift, right? So what I'm going to be doing is overlapping my market structure shift with the fair value gap right here. So this will be called my fair value gap, right? And as soon as I actually get this fair value gap, all I've got to do from here on out is actually enter my position, and then I'll be able to win in this trade. But just before I show you that, for any of my serious traders who actually want to improve and want to get payouts, pass accounts, listen, I've got the perfect solution for you. Because at MSPass, this is exactly what we do. We pass people's accounts and we actually get them a payout. But listen, you never actually have to pay until you get the payout. That's the best part of this, because we do a pay after payout process, right? So as you can see here, there's a $4,700 payout right here that Martin actually got, and we have so much more if you go up. Okay, make sure you click the first link in the description and join, because spots are actually limited and they're running out very fast, right? We're only accepting 2 more people today, so make sure you click the first link in the description and join. But anyway, what we're going to be doing here is actually placing our short position right there, and then placing our stop loss just around this inefficiency area, and then our take profit will be a 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio, just like this one right here. And as soon as that's done, all I've got to do is actually wait for price to actually go back into this area, bounce off of this fair value gap, and it will go up and completely smash my take profit, just like it's done here. Okay, as you can see, I've said all of this on a fundamental level. Now let's actually move onto the actual chart, and I'm going to be showing you how it works on these 3 candle patterns. And I'm not going to be replaying this whole price. I want you to see everything and how I see it before the market actually plays, right? So as you can see, this highlighted area right here, this blue area, is all Asian session, right? As you can see, my indicator actually marks out my Asian session, London session, and New York session, right? Which is a very good indicator to have. So as soon as this is Asian session, right? So we need to mark out the highest point and the lowest point, right? As you can see, this is like a lot of rejection is happening here, which is why I'm going to be marking this out as my lowest point. And as you can see, the lows got swept right here. It's very clear official wicks right there. So this is our liquidity point. Once we actually do get this liquidity point, what we need to do next is find out where our market structure shift is. Okay, so if I zoom in around this area, I'm going to be showing you exactly where our market structure shift is. So as you can see, this is a fractional low right here, which actually just got taken out by this engulfing candlestick, which is exactly what we needed. And this is why this is our market structure shift. Let me just mark it out. And I'm going to be showing you exactly what a fractional low actually is as soon as this trade is done. Actually, I'm going to show you that right now. So a fractional low is just a series of 3 candles where the candle in the middle is the one that actually is the highest one or the lowest one. Okay, in this instance, we're going to be actually finding out our fractional high. So the candle in the middle has to be the highest one between the three candles, right? So as you can see, this will easily be counted as our market structure shift slash fractional high, of course, right? As you can see it right there, this is exactly what it would be like. Okay, so this will be marked out as our market structure shift slash fractional high, and this is exactly how you identify fractional highs and market structure shifts. As you can see, this is an engulfing candlestick also, and I can easily put a tag on this one. Let me just call out. So this is our engulfing candle, right? So that's our engulfing candle right there, which we are actually going to use as our fair value gap, right? So as you can see right here, I'm going to be using this one as a fair value gap, and it perfectly overlaps with the market structure shift. Let me just mark this out as FVG right there. So since that's completed, FVG is done. All we've got to do now is actually enter the position. So let's imagine price didn't actually come below this area yet. All you're going to be doing is actually placing your long position right here, placing your stop loss just below the candles of rejection right here, and placing your take profit as a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio, right? So anywhere around here will be fine. So anywhere around here. So that's a 1 to 3 right there, and I can actually zoom this out now. So, and you can see it's nearly as, you know, as close as the Asian sessions highs right here, which is a very, very good indicator telling us that actual price will go back up to this area to completely smash Asian's highs. So let me just mark this one out as Asian highs, right? So that's the Asian highs right there for you. So now all we're going to be doing, we would have been waiting for price to actually play forward. As you can see, would have gone down through, and now going towards the upside, and completely smashing our take profit. Okay, that's because this strategy has such a good structure where you can dominate the London session, as you can see right here, because the strategy structure is very well. So you need to just figure out the highs and the lows, which one gets swept first, the lows. After that, you need to find out where your market structure shift is, which you can use by the help of fractional highs. And as soon as you find out where your market structure shift is, you need to look for the engulfing candlestick, overlap it with the fair value gap, and as soon as you overlap the fair value gap with it, that's when you enter, placing your stops just below liquidity areas and placing your take profit either at Asian sessions highs or take like 1 to 3 take profit. Okay, so you would have easily made 3% within this trade, and it's really, really low risk because we're only risking 1% and we're getting 3 back off our return. Okay, so that's all that done. I'm gonna be giving you a very, very crazy indicator. Make sure you comment down below if you want the indicator, and do join my Telegram right now. Okay, like literally right now, scroll down, join it, first link in the description, and I can get you started straight away, get you funded, and I'll get you that payout. By the way, we take 70% and we take 30% profit, and you take 70% of the profit. Anyway, that's gonna be the end of the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.